this is the international airport, and I'm trying to get a decent view, but I can't. We're just trying to finish up with what we need from here, and what we need now is one more barrel, or 20 more tons of metal, which has just been delivered. So hopefully that should start to construct pretty soon. I'm expecting this to disappear any moment, when that last, I think it's this truck here, is probably the last consignment of metal, and that means I shall be able to export the metal that's here. Trying to build this thing, there we go, the metal is gone, it's done. So now it's going to start to build. Trying to scrape the money together. Excuse me, I'm moving my thing. Trying to scrape the money together to buy all the metal and alloy necessary for this airport has pretty much taken every penny from all of the towns that I've built here, because it's a really expensive process if you're not producing the metal and the alloy. You need to either produce them with the recycling plants, which, as I said before, they caused all kinds of trouble. I think it's some kind of a glitch or a problem or something. So in the end, I had to import everything and send it to this place, which costs millions and millions. And what I can do now here is I can just export what's left of extra metal. But I didn't have enough money, so I'll just let that construct. You can see you've got all these little machines going around now building, and you've got a lot of cars going over to help. And now they're putting in the runways. I guess this must be the terminal here. That's where everybody goes, and then they go through to the back, get the plane, and whoop. But yeah, as you can see, just even from looking at my eco town here, it's falling to bits, because I had to turn this off for one thing. I'm going to turn it on again. I had to turn off quite a lot of things to try and make some money. I also, if I just go into the region here, I also had to take all the money from these 3 towns. So this town, this is the place we were actually trying to work the elegant casino. So that has 6,000 euros left. That's about to go bankrupt. This one is really in a bad state because I had fires and I also had a crime wave. That's just got 444 simoleons, so that's bust. Both those towns are about to go bankrupt. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I clicked on the wrong button. Well, as soon as I go in here, the clock will start and it is going to go bankrupt. You can see the figures at the bottom there. This place is just really, really bad now. There are so many criminals here that I actually, in order to contain them and stop them from going into the other towns, I basically broke up the roads here. So I've basically stopped anybody from leaving this town. They're stuck here. But before we go completely bankrupt, let me see if I can get back here. Yeah, the last reading there, it said it was something like, I don't know, maybe 1,000 criminals on the loose, and I thought I'm gonna stop anybody from leaving that town and keep all the criminals there. So just thought maybe that would work. So yeah, I had to take money from all the other towns, and then even in this town I had to turn off, you'll see here, I turned off all the buses, and I'm going to turn some on now, those two. I had to turn off the schools. I've got a pretty maxed out community college, and I had to turn that off as well. I had to turn off everything really and take every penny from every other town in order to pay for the metal. Where the fuck is this education? God, I can't find things. There it is, this thing. For fuck's sake. So that's on, but the town is starting to, I'm starting to get just lots and lots of buildings becoming deserted, turning into rubble. I'll just speed it up here. So in this town at the moment we've got over 500 criminals at large, 115 crimes per day. Teaching, there's 3,000, nobody, because I had to shut down the schools. Health is okay. Fires seems to be okay. The bins are miraculously still being collected. I'm having problems with water. I also had to close down the nuclear plant because apparently the level of workers, the education level wasn't enough, and I was going to have a nuclear explosion. I don't know how that is when I have a college. I guess you need a university really to have a safe nuclear power plant, and I don't have a university anywhere. So I had to turn that down, turn that off. So kind of ironically, even though I have managed to get this thing, hopefully I'm going to manage to get this airport built, I have destroyed the region, this little group here, this little region of 4 towns. I have kind of destroyed it so thoroughly, and I've also used up every cent that I'm not sure now it would even be possible to rebuild, to rebuild each town pretty much from, well, no, it's not a case of rebuilding. It's just you'd have to try and get rid of the crime that has become an epidemic, and you'd have to stop the fires breaking out in various places, and you'd have to find the money to build more casinos and things. I'm not sure it would be. It would certainly be very difficult. It might be possible, but it would certainly be difficult. Oh, there we go. That looks like it's about finished. Almost. You can see the planes there. So the airport that we had, now we're going to have the opening ceremony here, I'm pretty sure. So it's not a huge airport, but it is, compared to the one we have in Efferville, which is just a little private one. This one here is much more impressive. And that's it. It's as unimpressive as that. So let me go turn the. So at least it's nice. You can see it in the distance. Can't see any planes coming in yet. And it will apparently bring in the tourists, but like I said, the whole place is kind of ruined now, so I'm not sure where the tourists would be going. There, we got a plane taking off. So there we go. At least I managed to build that. And well, the industrial happiness is pretty much not there, and I'm down to 65%. And buildings are becoming abandoned pretty much everywhere. Leverville, I guess I should reconnect it to the main highway so people can travel around again. The only problem, like I said, is when the crime gets out of hand, there's just there's no way of stopping it. I'm gonna have to take a bond here, 100,000. That's just to keep things ticking over for a moment. And I am going to connect them back again. Where's the other one? I had two roads. Oh, here we go. But like I say, when I... Why does that not work? If I show you the crime thing here, well, it's not 1,000, it's 500 and 182 crimes committed every day, because I don't think I was able to afford pretty much any police service here in the end. All it is really now is it's just a town full of criminals. And even with my loan here, well, you can see I've got 93 bits of rubble and 53 abandoned buildings. So I don't even know if I can get this place to the point where it's able to at least break even money-wise. It really is in a bad way. Look at all the red. I had so many fires, pretty much everything just burnt to the ground. And you have to go around and kind of manually bulldoze all these buildings that are either abandoned or rubble. And if they come back and stay for a while, that's not too bad. But the thing is, when a town gets in a state like this, because I don't even think it's got any, I mean, it's got some power, it's got a water, but what can happen is that the buildings come back, they respawn, but then after about 10 minutes they go abandoned again, and then they turn to rubble again. And all you do is you basically spend all your time clicking on this bulldozer thing and knocking buildings down. I have to do this again. Yes, I mean, I'm minus 2,000 already. The 100,000 I borrowed is disappearing fast. And I'm not even going at a high speed here, I'm going at a slow speed. You know, you need all these people to move back in so that they start paying taxes. But sometimes when a town gets this bad, people don't move back in, so it just stays empty. Some buildings may come back, but people won't move into them, or sometimes the buildings won't come back at all. So I'm minus 2,700 an hour. If I could just get some of this industry back that might kickstart things. Everything is just so black here. I can't. Oh, that's trees, right? You see that building is burning. See, I do have a fire service, but the fires, they're non-stop. That's burning. Building here is burning. Yeah, it may be a lost cause, this place. And all my money is starting to go. Let's leave the desolation that is Leverville and go to Everval. I'm going to have to take a loan out here as well. Otherwise, this town is in pretty good shape. I just took all the money from it. So, if I can take a loan, it may bounce back. There we go. Maybe I can increase some of the taxes here. Well, that's kind of making some money. And here everything's running, because here I just took the this is still going. I didn't kind of close everything down here. I think I left most of the services and the casinos running. But the strange thing here is that for a town with 4 casinos, it's really not making an awful lot of money, unless I've got so much expenses because of the education and perhaps the police precinct, that all the money has been, all the money that the casinos are making is being used up. Let me just check here. The police station, yeah, everything is. I've got an awful lot of casinos here, honestly. I'm amazed. Where is this? Where is the police precinct, and how much money is? I think that's it there. Right, we have to do this again. Excellent. There. So the police precinct is working, and it's taking over 7,500 an hour. And the school, 3,000 an hour. So I've really got an awful lot of expenses in this place. It's not surprising that that I'm not earning a lot of profit here. Let's try one of these things. Can I do this? I don't have enough money, do I? Yes. So you can see the size of this airport compared to the big one now. It's Where's the big airport? Well, can't see it, it's off over there. So this is really just a little private kind of airport for jets, for private jets. That's why when you look at you only got a couple of hundred people coming, that's all. Alright, I've got the big casino closed. These are all open. We may be able to try again and see if we'll have any luck now with tourists. Now that we've got ourselves a big international airport over there. Because this town isn't really in a bad way. Well, it's got 45 criminals. It's got 27 local crimes being committed. And it's got 47 local criminals. You'd imagine with all the money I'm putting in to this thing, that it would do a little better than that, but from experience in other towns, when you start getting crime problems, there doesn't seem to be any way to get rid of them unless you put about 6 precincts in and you just start getting detective wings and detective vans and helicopters and things. But I'm not sure even that would work. But it doesn't mean that the town cannot start to do very well tourist-wise. But like I was saying, this place is a little far away. You can see it's all the way back here, and the airport is all the way over here. So I was thinking that perhaps Ecotown will be the best candidate to build up and try and activate the elegant casino here. Perhaps somewhere around here, I was thinking, right beside the airport, so that people land, they get off the airport, they drive straight into the casinos, a whole batch of them all the way across. But I can't do that at the moment. I don't have money, would go very quickly, and I'm going to need probably to spend a lot of money on at least getting this crimes committed per day, that figure down. And now that I've opened up Leverville, I'm probably getting convoys of criminals coming in. I don't know how that's going to affect the tourist situation. So I've got no room. It's got so many, my God, it's got 245 criminals. Wow. The high wealth people, they don't like going to places that have got bad figures like that, so I'm not sure I'm going to get many high wealth people coming over here, even with the airport just there. But we can try and clean up this place, and in the next episode I shall try do just that. I shall try and clean up everything a bit here. Keep the clock ticking here so that I'm earning some money. Put in another police station. Perhaps try and rearrange this area here so that I can build some, or not this area, where is it? This area at the front. Put some casinos in there and just see what happens. But before I build any casino, I just have to let the town kind of recuperate a little bit. And then hope that people start to fly into this airport. Because with the amount of criminals around this area, I'm not sure anybody would want to visit. But we'll see. Anyway, that's it for now. Adios.